Okay, for some reason, the video went off, and so I will resume where I left off. Okay, let's see. Don sat down. He looked out the window. He looked out the window for a moment and then spoke. The unions are fighting. They're fighting hard. But Joseph thinks it could be at least another year before they try to retake West City. I'm going to give Robin a pill now, and one with supper. We'll spread out the dosage. I need to burn the letter. They'll reach the house. They'll search the house once they realize we're gone. Where's the cat carrier? Up in our bedroom, in my closet. I'll get Scroggins and put him in the bathroom down here. Maybe Noah and Chantrell can take him to Aunt Dunn's. If not, Joseph, sure, he'll take him. He loves cats. I think we have some pills that I could give Scroggins. I caused us to lose our children. Don stood up and went to his wife. He lifted up her chin and gazed into her small, elegant face. No, Anna Marie, this is not your fault. You must never, never think that. These women would never have let go of you. Never. If they hadn't finally worn you down, the council would have come after us anyway. It was only a matter of time. Honey, we've got to get going. Oh my God, Sage, we've got to sit down with Sage right now. After supper, let him eat first. Oh, Don, I don't even know if I can even look at him. Sage. All through supper they smiled at me, but their smiles were so strained and sad. My stomach dropped and then surged into my throat. I forced myself to eat. Robin fell asleep right after supper. Let's not take her upstairs, Don. Put her on the divan down here, Mama said. I was sure something was wrong. Daddy took the North Country from its hiding place and read a few chapters until we stopped for dessert. I loved Bear so much. The story helped. Things seemed more normal and the chocolate pie looked good. Mama, did you get it at McCready's? It's really good. Yep. I'm glad you like it, honey. I took my last bite of pie and Daddy cleared his throat. I looked up. Sage, Mama and I need to talk to you. We need to. A rock hit the window of our back door. Hard. I jumped and Mama stifled a frightened squeal. Daddy ran to the door. Oh no, Don, they're early. Something's gone wrong, Mama cried. The rest was a terrifying jumble. A collage of running, dark night, and tears. Daddy leapt up from the table and grabbed soft bags from the kitchen closet. He brought Scroggins out of the bathroom in a carrier. Mama grabbed my coat and hat. She pushed my hat on my head and pulled on my gloves. I was trying to talk, trying to ask questions. They crushed me to their chests, telling me that they loved me, that they loved Robin. We had to go, right now. They needed to run, and they needed to send Robin and me to Aunt Dunleavy. Mama went to the living room to get Robin. She ran back to the kitchen with Robin in her arms. Robin was still sleeping. Daddy picked up the carrier. He told me not to talk. His voice was urgent and hoarse. Sage, you must be very, very quiet. Don't say anything. Then he pushed us out the kitchen door into the backyard. I was so confused. At first, I couldn't see. Daddy wrapped an arm around me, pulling me along. Chantrell was waiting at the edge of our yard. Chantrell. Why did Chantrell try to break our window? Chantrell anxiously scanned the yards and alley around us. She told Mama and Daddy that 3 marked autos had left the council and would be here in minutes. We followed her. Crossing the alley into a neighbor's yard, we walked quietly, silently. We walked quickly, silently through more yards, turning here and there, ducking past lighted windows. Chanterelle stopped us in the shadow of a big bush. She spoke in a low, low voice to my parents. Mama shifted Chanterelle in her arms. Daddy handed Scroggins to Chanterelle and took Robin from Mama. He and Mama slipped around the side of a house and walked up the street. Chanterelle put her finger to her lips. After what seemed like a long, long time, she took my hand. We followed Mama and Daddy's path. We walked slowly up the street past an empty cafe on the corner. We turned onto a side street and then into an alley. Mama and Daddy stood with their backs against a high wooden fence. Chanterelle hissed, "There's Noah," and we ran as hard as we could up the long alley. An old automobile waited with its motor humming. It seemed so loud in the still cold night. Chanterelle jumped into the front passenger seat with Scroggins, and we piled in the back, bent over hiding. Chanterelle turned to her son. "Noah, I think they're coming to the front door as we left. I think they were coming to the front door as we left. They're going to be all over the neighborhood." He hit the accelerator hard. The old auto lurched forward and sped away, spitting gravel. We were crushed and silent in the back seat. Noah slowed down. After a while, there was more light in the auto. I glimpsed into the gas street lights and buildings so that I knew that we were on a main road. Of course, there was very little traffic. Chanterelle sucked in her breath. Noah turned on a side street and Chanterelle relaxed. We turned and followed through a tangle of neighborhood streets and alleys. When we finally stopped, we were in front of an old brick church with a square bell tower standing separate in front of it. Noah and Chanterelle looked carefully around them. The street was empty. Mama and Daddy grabbed me again, telling me that they loved me, that they loved Robin, and to tell her. "Tell Robin, Sage. Tell her that we love her. Tell her that we'll be back. We will be back, Sage. We will. This is not forever." "Don," Chanterelle said sadly. Mama and Daddy got out. "I'll leave the carry on the floor in front and get in the back with Robin and Sage." Daddy and Mama stood by Chanterelle's window. "Sure you don't mind taking the kitty?" "I don't think Aunt Dunn will mind, but if it's a bother for you..." No bother. Just know we're holding you and these children to our hearts and we'll never let go." A young black woman suddenly appeared beside them. She handed Chanterelle a letter and said it should handle security. She placed her hands on Mama and Daddy's back, urging them to leave. They ran toward the church. Mama stopped when she reached the wide front door and turned back, giving me one last glimpse of her lovely face before she slipped inside. Okay, I think I'll stop there. I'm doing it maybe just a little at a time. Maybe I should read longer. But for now, I wish you a good night. And I'll be talking with you very soon. Okay, always take good care. Bye-bye.